Hello, I'm Nichola Fynn. I'm with Breezeway Productions. We're here for the 2019 AFI Fest for the premiere of the movie The Song of Names. We're excited because we got to speak with the director, the producer and the composer. Check out the interviews. How did this project come to you? Did you choose this? Did it come to you?
It came to me like it's which is not my usual pattern. Like I normally initiate my own projects, but Robert sent me the script, and I read the script, and then I read the book, and then I got hooked, and then we made the movie.
Yes. What hooked you, as you said? What was it about this particular project?
I think it's the Song of Names is a very interesting form because you have two characters in it. Like it's a very intimate story in the forefront, and we're following these two characters through time, through 45 years, and the Second World War and the darkest page and the Holocaust, namely, is like the underground is always present. So I was fascinated by the abstract connection with a distant connection with the Holocaust and the power of that, and I think we all felt a sense of a duty to revive the memory, and as everyone will see, like it's not like it's very a delicate reference to it, but it's still very present.
Lovely. Yeah, this movie seems to have a heart to it. You know, you have the boys and you have obviously Tim Roth and Clive Owen when they're older. How was it working with those two actors in particular? I'm such a fan.
I mean, both it was great. And both are looking back. If you give me a choice, and we go back to square one and have to cast again, I think it's. They're perfect. It was a perfect cast given the characters. Tim is playing a character that is on the page could be a little flat, but Tim has an edge that kept it, very much alive and drives the film. And Clive is playing a part that is quite radical and closed. And we needed a very charismatic actor, and we can't think of a more charismatic actor than Clive. So I was very blessed with to have these two actors play. They make the movie. So that was that's for that. And then the young ones, it's also very interesting. And it's crazy because we were doing press, and then you realize that Tim and Misha and Garan have formed a bond. I've seen those photos where they're like three brothers, they're defending the same part, and so it's interesting what happened with these great actors. So the old ones are very experienced. Old ones, the adult ones, Clive and Tim have my age. I'm not going to call them old. And then, but the young ones, the one Luke has never seen a camera in his life, and then suddenly we find ourselves in a room discussing the part, and he's arguing with Clive. He's got things to say about the part and the way he sees the part, and so there was a very interesting dynamic and interaction where the young ones took from the older ones, and vice versa.
I'm only in this movie because of these two guys. Otherwise, I'd just be 5 minutes down the street. I can't wait to see it.
To me, the most extraordinary day of filming was there's a scene in the film where 12-year-old violin prodigy played by Luke Doyle, and is during the bombing of London, and everyone takes refuge in a shelter, and in that he takes his violin with him to the shelter, as does this teenage violinist who doesn't, and they don't like each other. And they have met once before, and they have had an unpleasant encounter. And so the 12-year-old boy pulls out his violin, and it's a shelter full of people. And as a challenge, he starts to play. And then the teenager violinist rises to the challenge, and they have a duel, a violin duel between them, which kind of was staged like a duel from a Sergio Leone film, and it looks exactly the same, except instead of guns they have violins.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
No, I'm very happy to be here. about this movie. So pleasure to be.
What's your favourite part of being a composer in general? What do you find is your most favourite, exciting part?
My favorite part, I would say, would be working with great musicians, like in this case with Ray Chan and the Metropolitan Orchestra, but also discovering directors that have such musical knowledge like Francois Girard.
Right, absolutely. And do you have a favourite musical instrument that you just adore?
Well, you know, I love the voice. And I've written a lot for choirs and children's choirs and vocalists. So I really connect to that sound.
Yes. What's your favourite song from the movie? Do you have a favourite song?
Well, the Song of Names, you know, which was created for a pivotal scene in the film. It's a very important scene, and it had to just be perfectly right. It's a historical scene. And I had to go back and to my upbringing in 1951, connecting with my father, who was a religious man, and to recreate that scene.